Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:35. You're listening to KCNI KBBN Radio. 54 degrees outside. Nice and cool this morning. All right. We are going to review things that took place this past week and weekend. We have a little extra time today as Grocery Cart will not be in here in the first half hour. So we're going to look back and thank all the people who were a part of what took place all week long, into the weekend, all the way up until last night. And we'll probably forget somebody. So if we do, forgive us or call us and let us know that we've missed you. But there are some thank yous out there we should pass along. Of course, Crazy Days last week was here in Broken Bow, and that started on Thursday. And we had 20 remote broadcasts of 20 different businesses, and that certainly wasn't all the businesses who were involved in Crazy Days. And then in the park on Thursday, let's see here, we had all kinds of vendors. I think Stephanie with the Chamber told us record number of vendors, plus the music that was provided at 3:30 in the afternoon by the Platinum Five, which was wonderful. A little windy about then. They were fighting the wind, but they did a great job. People really enjoyed that. And also, of course, the Rotary was there with the Iron Lung and the old wheelchair and just a lot of different things going on in the park. And then we had the show of the evening. We'll talk about that in a moment. Ahead of that, the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show Sloppy Joes were sold in conjunction with the music. And I see where Jeremy's posted that there was about $715 raised.
Nice.
And that will go to the foundation, Custer County Foundation, for the Gift for Custer County event that is really kicking off here big time. It has been going on, and now you'll be able to do it online here in just a little bit. And so that's a good thing. Then the rock group Ambition played along about 5:30, and people really enjoyed that. It was a nice evening, and they took the money that they were paid to play, plus the tip jar that they had, and all that money was donated to the Broken Bow Food Pantry.
Nice.
Which was very nice.
Yeah.
They also honored yours truly with a T-shirt, which I now have in my possession, which they signed on the back.
Nice.
Very nice. And, of course, we've been helping them a little bit with some equipment and things, and they do all the work and play all the music, and we provide a little bit of their PA system. So thank you so much for that. But the young people provided a lot of entertainment in the park on Thursday, no doubt about that. The businesses went all the way out with some big discounts. We had a lot of fun talking with folks around the square and up and down the highway here in Broken Bow. And there were even some Crazy Day specials in Ansley and different places as well. So that was a lot of fun. So then on Friday, we have a remote from, let's see here. I went to Ocano and talked with Clifford Badgley and Dan Eggleston. Dan did most of the show, which he always does. Does a great job. And, of course, Shannon and Jeremy went over to Arnold to talk about the Devil Den motorcycle rally and visited with them about that and all the money they raise for good causes and entertainment they provide. And there was motorcycles running up and down the highway on Friday. And they run into a little weather on Friday night. I'm not sure how that affected things. I know they had Confederate Railroad in town through Grazers, and I understand they pulled the show off, but they had to move it. And I also know in Litchfield things were really going well, and then the weather moved in. Right in through this area, Brent, we came out pretty well weather-wise. There was a little hail with the rain. I don't think anything significant, but Kearney was, having to get out the chainsaws on Saturday. They had some damage down there. And then you were in Omaha on vacation, and it went all the way through Omaha and beyond, and power outages in Omaha and lots of different places across the state. So here in this area, we, I think, came out of it pretty good, although it could have been worse in one town or the other, so I don't want to get too confident about that. But
Yeah, we were in Omaha, and it hit there Friday night. I think maybe south, like in the Ralston area, they really got it bad. Right around where we were staying, they lost some power, and so the next day we're trying to drive around Omaha with no stoplights. Oh, my goodness, if that wasn't an adventure. They decided the lights weren't operational in many locations, and so they just put out stop signs and made everything a four-way stop. Well, not everybody wanted to stop.
I bet not.
In Omaha, so that was kind of an adventure. But yeah, you're right. It certainly hit some areas, and I think in some areas across the state, they're still trying to get power to some spots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was pretty serious in some areas, so I don't want to speak for you folks out there. Only know what we know from this immediate area. So if you had some damage, we're sorry. There are a few tree limbs down here in Broken Bow, but not a lot. But I know the heavy lightning and did take its toll. And even on Saturday, without getting too far ahead, here on Saturday, I think there was some residual effects here in Broken Bow from the Friday night storm, as there were some outages scattered outages here in town that the guys were working on. And I'm sure in our communities around the area, they had some of that as well. I'm going to back up just for a moment and not forget about the 8th annual Custer County Tractor Ride that took place on Thursday, starting at Myers Construction in Broken Bow. And I did speak with Howard Gaffney this weekend, who was on the ride, and he said it was a wonderful ride. A little hot on Friday.
Yeah.
They had that heat, cooled off pretty nice on Saturday and Sunday, but Friday that heat was pretty high, and humidity was pretty high. And he had a tractor without an umbrella on it, so he said he enjoyed it, but it was a little warm at times.
Yeah.
But they had a good time and raised some money for their programs at Custer Care Center. So that happened on Thursday as well. Didn't want to forget that. We were talking about the Devil's Den motorcycle rally then on Friday and Saturday. The Oconto Fun Days took place. Gavin Higgins, who was a busy guy this past week and weekend, not only took care of baseball games for Brent, he took care of the parade on his way through Oconto on his way to Gothenburg on Saturday. And Gavin told me he got out of the car afterwards and walked up and down the street and handed out a little extra candy. So they had a lot of fun in Oconto, and as they were talking on Friday, just a good, relaxed, fun, simple time in Oconto, getting together with family and friends and alumni. Then on Friday night, there was a community fishing at the Melham Park in Broken Bow. Hope that went well. And on Friday during the day, Mid-Plains Community College had the beautiful 55 Chevrolet pickup in the square, and you could buy tickets for that awesome truck, the chance to win that. So that took place. We talked with Litchfield earlier. The Litchfield had their Old Settlers Picnic this past weekend, and as I mentioned, I think on Friday night, weather interrupted things a little bit. But Joan and I went down and really enjoyed Litchfield. We had a wonderful time visiting with old friends and new friends in line at the parade, and they had a huge parade. I was told by one of the locals it was one of the biggest parades that they can remember in recent years. And they take it right down Main Street, and then they go around their beautiful park. And they had to double park us when we were going around the park so that the people out on the main drag could get off Main Street. So they had all kinds of floats and different things and bags full of candy. The kids did real well in Litchfield, and they had a good night on Saturday. They had the barbecue and the beer garden and everything. The weather was beautiful for that. So that was good. And don't also forget about the Chamber having their walk and run on Saturday morning. Or was that Friday morning? Saturday morning, and that went well. And then don't forget about the alumni weekend here in Broken Bow. When we were in the park on Thursday, we saw some folks who were in already for the alumni weekend, some old friends, and they were very, very excited about seeing their old classmates, and there were awards given out, and we'll be rounding out some information on that, on those who were honored in special ways at the alumni banquet. And I'll leave that up to Emily and Gavin to get the details on that. I know what happened, but I don't want to mess it up. Also, on alumni weekend, the carnival was in town, and so that ended up last night. So that was over with, and I know a lot of kids and families really enjoyed going out and getting on a carnival ride again, which they weren't able to do last year. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else? I'm going to miss something. I know I am. Oh, Victoria Springs Recreation Area had their big blast on Saturday, and Emily Barnett and yours truly covered that. And the park looks so good, Brent. They have done so much work on the park. It's just amazing. New bridge, the cabins have been remodeled, everything's mowed up so beautifully, and they had all sorts of tours and things going on there. We toured the old schoolhouse. I know Emily talked to some folks. She's got some interviews. We took some pictures, and the vintage baseball game, the Old Timers baseball game, was way fun. They out there on the ball field that's been there for so many years, and they had their old outfits on and invited you to come up and take a crack at the old baseball, which was kind of about the size of a baseball, a little softer than the baseballs we use today. But by the way, nobody has gloves when you play old-time baseball. That was a whole lot of fun. The rules are way weird from the early 1900s, and they explained all of that, and everybody had a whole lot of fun there. They had some raptors, some birds, hawks, and different things that they were showing people there. They had the laser show on Saturday night. I understand that was fabulous. We did not take that in, but we know some people that went, and they just said it was a great time. So congratulations to the Game and Parks and the folks at Victoria Springs for a big blast there. And not to leave out our friends at Cozad. They had their Bands and Brews in Cozad, and they had a great afternoon, great evening of weather to have all their activities. And we understand they had a great turnout and a really good time in Cozad. So I'm sure I've missed something, but that's kind of a recap of what took place this past weekend. Along with that, baseball, the Broken Bow Juniors in the Class B Area 6 tournament, as they continued their winning ways last night. 3 wins in a row in the tournament, and now I guess they're ready to see what happens on Tuesday, right? Yep.
They'll get today off. They've advanced through the winner's bracket, won the winner's bracket final last night over Holdridge, so they are in the championship round. I believe it's Holdridge and Gothenburg, I think, playing tonight, and then the winner of that game will advance and play Broken Bow on Tuesday. Broken Bow would need to win just one more game to advance to the state tournament. Whoever they play would have to win twice against Broken Bow. So game 1, and we hope it's just one game if you're a Broken Bow fan, will be on Tuesday afternoon, 4 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll be there to cover it.
All right. I mentioned I was helping Gavin on Friday with the ball game, first game, and I kind of mentioned at the end of the broadcast that my son, who's helping with the pitching side of things with the teams, was curious as to, and this always happens whenever you get a team that is on the verge of going to state or, having a good season, and we have both juniors and seniors doing that. He was wondering if his mother, the librarian, would do some research. How many teams have went to state?
That's been a big topic of conversation lately.
How many have went from the American Legion who did not just qualify for hosting the tournament? Because now they didn't used to do that. Back in the 60s, I think Broken Bow hosted both, which was called midgets and juniors then. They hosted state. but they didn't get a play. They just hosted it. They changed that later, so then when you hosted state, your team got to play. So you have to sort that out because if they probably wouldn't have been in the state tournament if they wouldn't have hosted.
Sure.
So how many teams actually won their area districts, and qualified for state? And how many teams actually won a game at state? Because I don't believe, since 1960 anyway, any team has won a game at state.
Wow.
So, but Joan's researching that.
Good. Well, I can't think of a better person to be in charge of the research.
So she's been spending some time at the Custer County Museum looking at the old newspapers.
Oh, neat.
And she's enjoying that. Plus, she gets sidetracked on a lot of other stories.
I'm sure.
But we'll let you know if Joan gets that put together. I think she'll try to do that before they get to state. But, yeah, that's an interesting question. How many teams actually qualified for state in juniors or seniors, or what was called midgets and juniors? And by the way, it used to be in the midgets, it was always single elimination. You didn't get a chance to play again when you went to state. If you lost, you were out. And so things, changed over the years. In those days, it was a little more difficult because once you lost, you didn't get to play again.
Yeah.
So things change, so your records are going to be relative to that. But be interesting. It's hard to get to state. It's hard to win a game at state.
Absolutely. So. Yep. So it'll be fun to see how the rest of the tournament fares. And I know that all the kids and all the coaches will say, hey, we haven't won the tournament yet. They've got to play on Tuesday. So, we'll see what happens. And been fun covering them throughout the season. I don't know if they're going to let me call a game. I mean, Gavin I don't know if he's a luck charm or what, but what I total up 53 runs they have scored in 3 games that Gavin has called. So they may want Gavin to go back and call the game. I don't know.
You might be hearing from Denson any time.
I know. Sometimes, with baseball especially, their superstition and all of that does come into play sometime.
The commissioner may be calling in and requesting Mr. Higgins, yes. Well, it's a lot of fun to have a team not lose any games during the season.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
But as you mentioned, it'll only mean it'll really be special. I mean, to have that many wins in a row and be undefeated is fantastic. Mm-hmm. But the icing on the cake is winning that championship and going to state.
That's right.
And I know that the kids know that and the coaches know that. You can't look too far ahead, and we were even mentioning that on Friday, as early as Friday. Let's don't get ahead of ourselves here. The coaches want to do it one game at a time and plan it all out. And trust me, these guys are the strategies are underway. I know.
Yeah, that's the neat thing about baseball. And two, I just want to give a shout out to the Broken Bow Spirit 18U girls softball team. They were at their state tournament in Hastings over the weekend.
Right.
And I was just kind of looking through some of the scores and things. Looked like they really played well. Had a good tournament. I think went 2-2, I believe, over the weekend. So congratulations to them. We tried a couple of times to broadcast a game for the Spirit and highlight the girls on the radio, but every time we scheduled one, it got canceled. So we felt bad about that, but hopefully we'll try to make something happen next year.
Yeah, I think one was due to scheduling, the other was due to the weather.
Due to the weather,
so
yeah, right.
Kind of out of our hands there, but congratulations. They've had a good season, and they continue to grow and improve.
Yes.
And it'll be fun to see them come back next year and see what they can do. And that program is really, really solid. It's a good program, getting some of the young ladies off on some scholarships to schools and so forth, which is fantastic.
Yep, it is.
All right, let's see here. Oh, birthdays. Karen Evans celebrating a birthday today. Now, Rex Fan is celebrating his birthday today. Rex is an alumni, and I heard a rumor he was in town. So, Rex, if you're listening, not gone yet, happy birthday. I'll just use the maiden name here, Monica Lucas, celebrating a birthday today. Doc Lucas, who was a doctor here many years ago, that's his daughter. Lori Pandorf, happy birthday to you. Katarina Bulwit, happy birthday to you. And Dennis Land, who lives over in Callaway, Broken Bow alumni, who was here in town this weekend. Happy birthday to you. Happened to run into Dennis a couple weekends ago over in Callaway, and he was excited about the alumni activities. So happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating a birthday today, you are celebrating a birthday with Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay. Now, how old is she?
She is 78
Really?
today.
Wow,
Yeah.
78. I would have guessed around 70, but maybe not quite that old.
Richard Simmons.
Yes, Richard Simmons. Oh, boy, I grew up in the Richard Simmons craze.
The fitness guru is 73. Of course, he doesn't look 73 because his body's immaculate. I haven't seen him for a while. I don't really know. Embattled comedian Bill Crosby is 84 today.
Wow.
I don't know if you want to celebrate a birthday with Bill or not. That's up to you. Kimberly Perry, a lead singer of the band Perry, is 38 today. Those are some of the birthdays. I think I got a couple more here. Topher Grace, actor best known as the role as Eric Foreman on The 70s Show, also played in Spider-Man 3, is celebrating her birthday today. Oh, one more. Michelle Rodriguez, 43, from The Family. She's best known, though, for playing Letty in the Fast and Furious films.
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
So that's who you're celebrating birthdays with, and many, many others. We have time to play the game.
All right, let's do it. Looks like we've got one question left in regards to ice cream. The month of July is Ice Cream Month, so here's your question for today. Rocky Road. Who's had Rocky Road ice cream? Raise your hand. We all have, I think. Most of us anyway. Rocky Road ice cream was created after what historical event to give folks something to smile about? Rocky Road ice cream was created after what historical event to give folks something to smile about? Your choices are U.S. entry into World War II, the stock market crash of 1929, the explosion of the Challenger shuttle, or the Civil War. Rocky Road ice cream was created after what historical event to give folks something to smile about? Your choices again, U.S. entry into World War II, the stock market crash of 1929, the explosion of the Challenger shuttle, or the Civil War. If you know, call us at 872-2801. Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
We have David on the line. Good morning, David. How are you?
Good, thank you guys. How are you today?
Well,
Good.
we're good. We're good. You have a good weekend?
As a matter of fact, it was a very restful weekend. I got a couple of broken ribs, so I was able to lay around for a weekend.
Oh, that's no way to get rest, David.
Well, you know, you got to get it somehow.
Yeah.
I think I would pick another path, like I'm making up some excuse you're sick or something, you know. I hope you get...
Next time.
All right. I hope you get better real quick.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You bet. Here's Brent.
All right, David. Rocky
Alrighty.
Road ice cream was created after what historical event to give folks something to smile about? Was it the U.S. entry into World War II, the stock market crash of 1929, the explosion of the Challenger shuttle, or the Civil War? What do you think?
I believe it's got to have something to do with the stock market crash.
Yeah, you got it. That's why it was created. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a token that'll get you a free crispy beef taco at Taco John's. So just come on out and see us when you can.
All righty, guys. Have a great day, huh?
Thanks,
You
David.
bet. Get better.
You betcha.
All right. 1 minute away from news time. First, these words.
Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow is offering free arthritis evaluations during the week of July 12th through the 16th. Whether you've had it for years or the pain just started, Pearson Physical Therapy can help reduce the stiffness and pain of arthritis through hands-on treatment and targeted exercise. If you're interested in learning whether physical therapy can help with your arthritis, come in starting July 12th for a free evaluation. For more information and to schedule, give Pearson PT a call at 308-872-5800. That's 308-872-5800.
Imagine this. You go to your mailbox only to find a check for big bucks. You're thinking, hey, this could be my lucky day. Well, if you get a check in the mail that you weren't expecting, it's probably not your lucky day. In fact, you're probably about to be the next victim of a scam. Did you know that scammers may not initially ask you for money, but instead they give you money? Asking you to deposit funds into your account is the first step of many financial scams. At Nebraska State Bank, we're here to help and protect when someone is trying to make you their next scam victim. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Firefighters in Northern California watch as a massive wildfire spawns a fire tornado. Phil Bergarello lost his mobile home and his 4 dogs in Doyle.
I couldn't get them out. They couldn't see. The smoke was there, so I think they're gone.
There's more triple-digit heat in the forecast today. New COVID cases in the U.S. up 66% in the past week. Dr. Anthony Fauci tells CBS.
The vaccines that we have available that we are administering throughout the country do very well against the Delta variant, particularly protecting against severe disease leading to hospitalization.
Less than half the country is fully vaccinated. Former President Trump jabbing Democrats and members of his own party at the Conservative Political Action Conference.
They're very vicious and they're smart and they stick together. They don't have Mitt Romneys and little Ben Sasses and Bill Cassidy.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol arrested a Washington man following a pursuit on Interstate 80 Thursday evening. At approximately 8:50 p.m., a trooper stated that they observed an eastbound motorcycle traveling in excess of 110 miles per hour near Goner in Seward County. The trooper attempted a traffic stop, but the vehicle fled and refused to stop. The trooper then initiated a pursuit, according to a press release from the Nebraska State Patrol. After a few minutes, the motorcycle encountered heavier traffic due to a construction zone, according to NSP reports. The rider then pulled over on the shoulder and was taken into custody without further incident. Troopers reportedly located methamphetamine, marijuana wax, drug paraphernalia, and a handgun in the rider's possession. The rider, Christopher Reiser, 29 years old, of Yakima, Washington, was arrested for flight to avoid arrest, careless driving, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, carrying a concealed weapon, possession of a firearm during a drug violation, and numerous traffic violations. He was lodged in Seward County Jail. An eastern Nebraska man will spend the rest of his life in prison for a bank robbery 2 years ago. 65-year-old Anthony Wayne Hall of Fremont was sentenced Friday for aggravated bank robbery. He was sentenced to life in prison under the federal 3 strikes law. Authorities say Hall robbed the First State Bank in Fremont in November of 2019. He took $10,000 while threatening employees with a replica revolver. Several days later, state troopers found Hall in Missouri and arrested him. He had previously been convicted of murder, rape, and 7 prior armed robberies. During a trip to Council Bluffs Friday, Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack announced the USDA is making a significant investment to expand processing capacity and increase competition within meat and poultry. It comes in the form of a $500 million in new funding and will also aim to make agriculture markets more accessible. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association thanked Secretary Vilsack for taking vital steps in strengthening the supply chain. However, not everyone agrees with the Biden administration's actions. The North American Meat Institute issued a statement saying the move won't help consumers.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Game 3 of the NBA Finals, the home teams continue to win.
Giannis, mid-post, far side, Crowder there. Giannis goes to work, blows it by him, to the rim for a two-hand hammer.
Bucks Radio Network with some of the action as Giannis Antetokounmpo's 41 points and 13 rebounds led the Bucks to a 120-100 win over the Suns. Devin Booker for Phoenix had just 10 points, 3 of 14 from the field. Chris Paul had 19 points to lead the team in defeat. Phoenix still has the 2-1 series lead, but Milwaukee gets its first NBA Finals victory since 1974. And they'll be hosting Game 4 Wednesday in Milwaukee. In baseball games of note, first half of the season game will close on Sunday. Red Sox fall to the Phillies 5-4, and the Rays lose to the Blue Jays 3-1. So Boston still has a game-and-a-half lead on Tampa Bay in the AL East as the first half of the season comes to a close. Giants beat the Nationals 3-1. Dodgers over the Diamondbacks 7-4. San Francisco still with a 2-game lead on LA atop the NL West.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mainly sunny today, high of 86. Tonight's mainly clear, low near 58. High of 91 on Tuesday. Lots of sunshine. Tuesday night becoming cloudy, chance of showers and storms, low 65. High of 90 on Wednesday, sunny to partly cloudy, chance of showers and storms. Slight chance of showers and storms Wednesday night, low near 60. High of 85 on Thursday, lots of sun. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood.
Market declines, unemployment, oil prices. Today's headlines can be scary. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Janet Lawhorn. I'll work with you to help you understand the impact of short-term events and how to be positioned for the long term. We provide the tools for a reasoned, disciplined approach to investing. Don't let headlines derail your long-term financial security. Stop by our office on the north side of the square in Broken Bow for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
8:06 is your time, 59 degrees under a sunny sky. Winds are not a factor so far today. Barometric pressure not moving much at 3011 currently, moving maybe 1 point upward. Humidity at 92%. High yesterday, a beautiful 79 with an overnight low of a cool 52. Sunset today at 9:13, sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:16. And we have recorded 3 inches and 52 hundredths precipitation for the month. As we mentioned earlier, an inch 57 of that coming from the storm. Thunder showers on Friday night. 59, sunny and calm. We'll have more for you. We're going to go to Lexington via the telephone right after these words and talk about the Dawson County Fair that's taking place.
The landscape of last year left a lot of people deconditioned. Are you or your loved one struggling with strength, balance, or pain? This can lead to falls, weakness, and overall decreased quality of life. At Team Physical Therapy 872-5111, we're dedicated to taking all the steps necessary to ensure you and your loved ones are getting exceptional care in a clean and safe environment. We are available to you in one of our 5 locations: your home, independent living facility, or assisted living facility. Call us today at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Having computer problems? Don't take it out on your computer equipment. Call Mark Phillips with Central IT in Broken Bow, 872-6600. He offers computer sales, repair, and on-site service. Is your computer slow or infected with a virus? Mark can clean it up. Whether it's a home system or the networking of an office, Central IT is ready to help. From custom builds to individual IT products, Central IT in Broken Bow, 872-6600. Call Mark at 872-6600 for Central IT.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
It is 8:08. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. It is fair time in Dawson County, and of course we're about 40 minutes away from Dawson County's Lexington Fairgrounds, and they have quite a fair set up for you starting Thursday of this week. And we have Scott on the line who's going to talk about it just a little bit with us. Good morning, Scott. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Doing great.
Scott, I didn't get the last name is not on the sheet here. Give us your last name if you would.
Russman.
Russman, all right.
Russman. Yes,
Oh, okay. All right, Scott, let's talk about the Dawson County Fair. You guys have pulled together quite a schedule here starting Thursday of this. Actually, jump right in. You got started a while back with shooting sports and so forth, but you're really kicking things off today. Tell us what's going on.
They had the shooting sports last week, which was very successful, and then it kind of starts up a little bit today. Not a lot going on today and tomorrow, but then Wednesday, the carnival will be there, which is Moore's Greater Shows out of Texas, and it's always a big, big show. So there's a lot of people, a lot of rides for all ages. And then on Thursday, we start with our feeder calf show, which will start in the afternoon, and then it goes on through the day. And then on Friday, we'll have the beef show and the sheep show and goats, which is always a big event. They've moved the beef show from morning to afternoon this year. We'll see how that works out. We're going to do it around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then on Friday evening, we've got the first of what we know of a salsa contest held in Nebraska. We've seen other ones held in California and Georgia, and we thought, hey, this is something we got to try. So if you've got a good salsa, if you make a good salsa, bring it to the fair, check it in. We've got some judges from all different towns in the county, and we're just going to see where it goes. We've got several entries already, so we think it's going to be, pretty successful. Then on Friday night, we've got our rodeo, and there will be a dance afterwards. And then Saturday morning will be the pig show, and another rodeo again Saturday night. And also this year we have a craft show, which is on Friday and Saturday. So we've got several vendors for that. We've got our exhibit building is full of those, and we've also got a couple tents that we're going to have to set up because we've got so many coming. So if you're into the crafts and those types of items, come on over and check it out, because we're sure it's going to be a lot of vendors coming to the fair for that. So, yeah, we're looking for a really, really exciting fair this year, and I'm sure I've missed some other things. One of the big things in Dawson County, at the Dawson County Fair, is our 4-H Cafe. There are more items than what I can even mention. Vicki Undersher, she has run that cafe for several years. She does a great job with her staff and 4-Hers cooking and preparing food for people. The best homemade pie in the country. I mean, she makes everything from the best raisin cream to apple pie, and it's wonderful. And several food items. So that's something that you got to just come check out, even if you're just driving through.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about it, and over the years, I think run a little ad about that. I don't think there'd be anything wrong with, when you're there, leaving a big tip for that very fine lady and staff, because they really are a big part of the fair, it sounds like. And the food there is cheap. I mean, she doesn't overprice it to help out, 4-H families and such. And then on Sunday, we're also holding our first ranch rodeo. So if you've got some people that you want to get together and put together a team, it's a team of 4. Some typical ranch rodeo events at that. So yeah, we're still looking for entries on that also. Okay. Let's go back to that salsa competition. How do folks get registered? Can you still get in? Yes, you can. Yes. If they just go on Dawson County's website, there's entry forms on it. So you can check that out and see. It's pretty simple. Even if you just showed up with some salsa that you've made, they need to be in sealed jars. Mm-hmm. And if you show up at the fair with it, somebody will send you in the right direction. They'd like to have a gallon of salsa so that we make sure that we've got enough in it. And then, we're just going to feed people salsa. There's going to be 3 categories. There'll be the best flavor, the hottest, and then a People's Choice Award. So it's going to be kind of fun to see what that event brings. Now, I'd imagine there'll be some water available to kind of cool people off. Oh, yeah. Yep, we will have water. It's actually being held at the beer garden, so there will be some beverages there also. Okay. And I see on your schedule here that the beer garden is open through all these events. And then, gosh, you've got, one of the main things that we talk about here at the Custer County Fair, Scott, is that the heart of it is the exhibitors, the kids showing their cattle and their sheep and their chickens and rabbits and whatever. And you've got that all set up each and every day. Folks, I imagine, can come and tour that and then stop into the cafe or stop into the beer garden, whichever fits them, and enjoy the actual tour of those exhibits. That's a big deal.
It is a huge, huge deal. That's what county fairs are about, and that has been the heart of me forever, is 4-H kids. I was an old 4-H'er. My grandsons are fifth-generation 4-H'ers, so our family has done it for basically forever. And I can't emphasize enough on how important that is and how much we love to see that. And the exhibits are on display. Dawson County has a great set of 4-H'ers and families. All of them are very accommodating to people that want to see their exhibits. And, yeah, we've got the rabbits, the chickens, the ducks, all various kinds of small animals. We've also got a petting zoo that the FFA puts on. So if you want to come in and see some donkeys and baby calves and such, well, they're also on display. So we do emphasize on youth at our county fair.
That's great. Also, things that go with fairs, things like root beer floats, I see, are going to be available courtesy of Homestead Bank, and you have a lot of sponsors are doing things like that. Plum Creek Marketplace on Friday making a watermelon feed available. There's always something every day where you've got some of your local businesses and organizations making some extra treats available.
Yes, we do. Homestead has been really good about providing the root beer floats during the livestock show, and they also provide, free water. We've got other businesses that hand out, free water, and the watermelon feed is also a big deal from Plum Creek Marketplace. We have a lot of businesses that support our fair and just donate time, donate products and stuff. Pony Express Chevrolet, they are letting us use they've got some tents and tables and chairs and some towable picnic tables that are a huge deal. Downey Drilling, they come in, they help us out a lot. There's just several of those businesses that support our fair and do a great job of helping out the 4-H kids and everybody involved.
You bet. And then, to have a fair with a carnival is a pretty big deal. That doesn't happen often anymore because there's not as many carnivals to be, hired. So it's really great that you'll have opening night, looks like on Wednesday with the carnival. You have a special here, bring 2 cans of food and receive $5 off the armbands, which I think are $25. Is that correct?
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
and it is one of the premier carnivals in the United States. Mars have put together a really good carnival. That it's a safe carnival. A lot of the people that work at their carnival are actually school teachers that come from Texas, and when they get done, this area is kind of one of their last stops, and then they head back to Texas and go back teaching school.
Okay. Well, that's a great combination because they'll be good with the kids, and the kids will feel comfortable with them. And of course, adults can ride too. We're not just talking about the kids, and of course, young teens love to go and spend the whole night. So you've got rodeo, you got carnival, you've got it all.
Well, we hope we've got something that appeals to everybody.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it is kind of a neat county fair. It's still hometown, still a lot of country stuff, but yet we do have stuff available that you'll see at the state fair. And typically, we've got a great quilt show that is put on our open class side of the fair. A lot of events, a lot of stuff held there too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Quilts of Valor with a musical performance, Family Farm of the Year, Fair Person of the Year. All of these things are, homegrowns, like you say, country-type things, which everybody enjoys in this part of the country. So congratulations ahead of time. Appreciate you taking time to promote this. It's actually already been, underway with some of the background things, the shooting, superintendent meetings and those sorts of things, 4-H shooting, but setting up the livestock today, commercial vendors are setting up tomorrow, and then you really get going on Wednesday, it looks like.
That's what the plan is.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it.
All right, Scott. Thanks so much. Congratulations ahead of time, and enjoy. I hope the weather works for you.
Okay, we will do that. Thank
right.
you very much.
Yep, take care.
Okay.
Bye. All right, Dawson County Fair. Check their website out. They've got a good one going, Brent.
They do, yeah. And just a little bit more about their salsa competition that Scott was talking about. They're going to have a competition for the best salsa in the area. Bring your best homemade salsa to the fairgrounds for the first annual salsa contest. It'll be on Friday there at the fairgrounds. Red salsa and green salsa will be the categories. And as you heard Scott mention, 3 awards will be given out. The hottest. How would you like to be a judge for just the hottest salsa? Eek. Best flavor and people's choice. There is an entry fee of $15. And if you want to get registered, just send your registration to this email address, dawsonfairgrounds@gmail.com. You can also call 308-324-3600 to find out more. Check-in will be at the Beer Garden tent from 5 to 6. That's on Friday. Judging will start at 6:30. Cash prizes will be given out. And again, if you have any questions or want to get registered, just give them a call at 324-3600.
Days. But we don't want the fun sales to stop, so come and see us for 30% off summer shoes. Yep, summer shoes, sandals, and flip-flops are 30% off. Buy them now and use them right now. We know there's plenty of summer left in Nebraska. Come and see us on the east side of the square in Broken Bow at Bow Bootery, your home-owned shoe store.
Varney Health Mart is proud to be your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Save during their July sale. Health Mart Clear-X is at a great price. Get it while supplies last. Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotions are $5.99. And to keep your hair healthy, Pantene Pro-V shampoo and conditioner is $3.99. Sensodyne toothpaste is $5.79. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Enjoy a powerful business upgrade with Dell Technologies Black Friday and July event. Get amazing savings with up to 50% off high-performance computers and tech built for business, and be able to take your office with you with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, get great offers on Dell servers, monitors, docks, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL, and speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today.
This is a big deal. Now, at healthcare.gov, millions more people can afford health coverage. Due to the COVID relief law, 4 out of 5 customers can get a plan for under $10 a month with financial help. From doctor visits to preventive services to prescription drugs, these are quality plans. You can do this. You can have coverage as soon as August 1st if you sign up now at healthcare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
8:25, we expect that we'll see Runza step in the door, probably Joyce. Also, we have on our schedule this morning Ideal Realty, LLC. 2 wonderful ladies on the big billboard. One of those 2 will be in, I'm not sure which, to talk about real estate and housing and so forth. And that's our guest list for today. We do have some other things we want to tell you about. One of the things that took place over the weekend is the Galactic Virgin rocket launch. Richard Branson launched into space yesterday.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, aboard his Unity 22 rocket ship, becoming the first billionaire in space. Branson and his crew traveled 53 miles up and back on the first of 3 test flights. He said the trip was magical, and he hopes everyone from all backgrounds will one day be able to access space. I think that might be a pipe dream, but I'm glad he's thinking that way.
Yeah, well, what he can afford to go up into space and what I can afford to go up into space might be far apart.
If it's $10 for adults and $5 for children,
exactly.
we might be able to go.
Yeah, I'm in.
Branson got to space 9 days before his fellow billionaire, Jeff Bezos, is scheduled to launch his mission. Not that it's competitive or anything. It's not the Russian and the United States.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think this is kind of competitive among these guys?
Oh, definitely.
To see who can be the first to do what?
Yeah. I think it's nice that we're going into space, and if billionaires want to do that, but I wish they would take their dollars and do something a little different with them. That's just me. Because right now, I don't know what we can do about it, but this is crazy. Death Valley records some of the hottest temperatures ever. How hot is too hot? Try 130 degrees.
Oh, my.
Yep, that's how hot it got in Death Valley, California, over the weekend. The temperature is the highest ever recorded on Earth, and more heat is expected over the next few days in much of the West. Right now, there are excessive heat warnings throughout most of California, parts of Nevada, Arizona, Oregon, Idaho, and Utah. And I believe almost 90% of the West is in a drought. So we have problems here on Earth that maybe we might want to address before we start going and messing up space is always what I've always feared. We'll go out and make a mess of that.
Yeah. Crazy.
But we won't stop them.
No.
That's some of the top stories this morning.
You know what I figured out when I was on vacation? You about need to be a millionaire if you go to a concert or a ball game and have food there.
Oh, yeah, food or drinks, pretty excessive.
It's been a long time since my family and I, we took off for a couple of days and went to the ball game in Omaha for the Omaha Storm Chasers. Beautiful ballpark, man, really nice facility. But it's been a long time since I've been to a ball game like that. I didn't realize how much they charge for a hot dog. Oh my gracious!
How much was a hot dog?
I think ours was $4.
$4 for a hot dog.
For a hot dog, yeah.
Was that an all beef hot
which
dog?
Maybe was, yeah, I think so. Which maybe wasn't too bad. It wasn't a huge, sometimes you can get those hot dogs that are real big.
Yeah.
These weren't all that big. But anyway, what really hit me was Saturday night. We went and saw Travis Tritt in concert. He was performing just down the road from where our hotel was. So we got tickets. We went. Shelley says, "Can you go get me something to drink?" So I went to the concession stand, ordered a large Dr. Pepper. I'm guessing it was a 24-ounce cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that they had popcorn, so I'm like, I kind of want some popcorn. So we got popcorn. I'm sure many of us have been to free popcorn night at the Fox Theater.
Sure.
Okay, you know how big the bags are that you get free popcorn. That basically was the size of bag of popcorn that I got.
All right.
That's all I got, those 2 items. I handed them a $10 bill. They gave me 50 cents back.
Well, that's
now isn't that excessive?
Well,
a Dr. Pepper and basically a small bag of popcorn for $9.50.
Okay, yeah, that is. But I'd ask you what a glass of beer was, but I know you wouldn't help me there.
I don't know what that was, but they were selling it.
Well, I'm sure
pretty
they were.
good.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Looked like plenty of people were paying it.
Probably about $12 for a cup.
It sure could have been.
Just guessing.
We offer farm and ranch protection and have several companies to choose from. The experienced professionals in our agency definitely speak your language, and we're ready and willing to give you a hand in reviewing your ag policy. To find out more, call us at 308-836-2201 or visit our agency in Callaway.
8:34 is your time, and we're excited about our next guest because Joyce has brought a whole crew with her here today. Joyce, how you doing?
I'm not by myself today.
No, you're not. You're not by yourself, and you have some exciting news, and Kevin is here as well, so jump right in.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this, I think, a little bit, but we brought with us today Brian Palmer. He's our new general manager at Runza here in Broken Bow, and we're thrilled to have Brian on our team and glad to have him with us, and we're rolling along down there.
I bet you're happy.
We are very happy. That's an understatement.
That's an understatement. Brian, welcome. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
I'm excited to be here for a couple of reasons. One, I've been told a lot of times in my life that I have the face for radio, and I've never got to try it out. So this is amazing.
Well, comparatively, I think you're okay. I don't think you have any problem at all. Welcome to Custer County in central Nebraska. As you know, I'm sure when you talked with these two, Runza here is a staple. People love to come through or drop in and have something to eat. So you're going to meet a lot of people.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. It's been an exciting month and a half, to say the least. I've never worked in the fast food industry before, and wouldn't have even taken a stab at something like this if it wouldn't have been for Kevin and Joyce and the people they are. So I'm so excited and thrilled to be here in Custer County and Broken Bow and represent Runza. So
that's great.
So how was the connection made then between you guys and Brian? How did this kind of all come together?
I was thinking about that last night, Brian. Was it last fall that I met you?
Yes.
In a not related at all to Runza. I was introduced to Brian and visited with him, and one thing led to another, and here we are today. Seemed like a long wait, but
good.
Well, it's so good to have, somebody that's excited about it, is ready to learn the trade.
Exactly.
Kevin, you've been in this business a long time. I know you have a feel for people who fit nicely. I already feel like maybe you got a home run hitter.
I think we did. Joyce kind of had Brian in the back of her mind, and she is mentioning to, we maybe should give Brian a call. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm ready. So we made that call, and it all happened way quicker than I thought it would. So we're glad Brian's with us. So, yeah,
likewise,
it's going good.
Busy time of the year to get indoctrinated here with everything that's going on. We were just reviewing this morning all the things that happened last week and weekend. One of the busiest summer weeks and weekends of the year here, but there's still plenty to come. And then you guys always get busy when there's ball games of any kind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. All kinds of events. It was a busy weekend this last weekend with alumni in town, and the local celebrations in several small communities close to Broken Bow. And there was the event up at Victoria Springs. We catered Runzas up there, and so a lot going on. Always.
Brian, just want you to know that I took part in the vintage baseball game on Saturday up at Victoria Springs, where they just use a ball and you don't have a glove, and they use all the old rules.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, I'm a little stiff. I only batted twice. But it was so much fun, and they gave the rules of how they played the game back in the 1800s and 1900s. It was fabulous, and there was little kids and older guys and gals, young people playing. It was a lot of fun. Baseball is a cool game no matter what, and if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about a family member you have that's playing some baseball.
I will. My son, I have two daughters and a son. Tyler will be a sophomore next year at the University of Nebraska. He's a member of the baseball team. He was part of last year's team in a redshirt capacity, so he never got to play. He traveled with them quite a bit throughout the year until they decided to redshirt him, and got to be part of a pretty magical run for Husker baseball, and maybe the start of a more to come. So
yeah.
That sport's pretty near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you. Just a fair warning, Brent will be a pest from this point on.
Perfect.
He's our sports guy.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of questions now, Brian. But if you don't mind, maybe just a little bit more about your background and
You bet.
kind of what led you here.
Good fortune is what's led me here. The road along the way has taken some different turns. I've been in commission sales for a better part of my working life. My dad, born and raised right down the road here in Brady, Nebraska. He's retired Air Force, and so we got to bounce around a little bit while I was growing up, if you will. Ended up going to a junior college in Kansas. They gave me a little bit of money to rodeo down there. And from college, I ended up into the feedlots and into commission sales. And the last 10 years of my working career, I was or 9 years, I was a general manager of the Platte County Ag Society out in Columbus, Nebraska. So that brought on a lot of interesting dynamics when you work for a board and you're in the public eye, and so I diverse background to say the least, and most all of it's been in a management capacity. So this challenge has been something new and different to me, but also has a familiar feel when it comes to working with people and being a team leader and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're excited to work with you. If there's anything we can do, let us know. I've only gotten in trouble with Joyce once over the years. It was over a grandmother thing.
Oh, I wouldn't want
That
to
was
make her
just
mad.
recently.
Oh, okay. I felt the tension when I walked in the room.
Still a little fresh. He questioned my grandparenting ability. I told him he could.
Oh no.
I told him he could question anything about me, but really, my grandparenting?
I didn't mean
Rookie
it to
move.
be. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've only been in this business for 40 years, and I had a rookie move. No, we've always enjoyed our relationship with, well, not just Runza, but with these two people. You're with a really fine couple of folks, and I know you know that. What do you have on tap for us other than what we're announcing here today? You have some things you wanted to pass along?
We do, yep. Brian was going to talk a little bit about, I know it's new news, but we're looking for help.
Yeah.
I want to talk about our needs for employment, but something that I want to talk about a little bit before I lead into that is Joyce asked me here a couple weeks into the job, one, if they'd scared me off yet, and I responded with a smile. Take a lot more than that, but I've been absolutely blown away by the quality of the product that we're giving to customers. For me to have ate at every fast food or restaurant environment that they make, and I've done them all, to know that the onion rings that you're going to eat today were full onions this morning, it blows my mind. Yeah. You think about, I was never a real big fan of the Runza sandwich because, gosh, they just, maybe this was a little different about this one. It's because they're handmade every morning. I mean, they're like fingerprints. No two are exactly the same. But that comes a lot from to what's being said about the product that Runza has provided and the way to make it for each one of their restaurants. And as you know, this couple here, they don't, if it's old, it doesn't go out. I mean, it's high quality, and not to say that there aren't mistakes that can be made.
Sure.
But I've been blown away by the freshness of the product and how this is done. That being said, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the morning. It's more than turning on some fryers and dropping some frozen food down, and that's not the way we do it. We've got a lot of shifts available. We don't open till 10:30, but those doors are unlocked for employees at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it takes that much time and responsibility to get through everything. We have shifts, every shift available for the right candidates. I've even in my short time come up with a couple of ideas that maybe we create a position if it fits the right person to do this, to do some of the prep, some of the cleaning overnight. And we haven't fully discussed all that, but we'll always have work for the right people. There's no doubt about it. Now, more of our cookie cutter type of shifts, we have positions available for people 14 years on up. To work there at 14, you won't be back in the kitchen doing a lot of any food prep, but you're going to take care of customers. I've really enjoyed working with some of our younger team members on just communication skills and looking customers in the eye and giving that friendly, warm runs a welcome at the drive-in or drive-through and the counter. At the age of 16, you can help them back. Maybe customer service isn't your thing. I mean, the world takes all types, but we've got everything from food prep to doing dishes and cleaning responsibilities. And I think that when you look at any of the positions we have, the thing that's really surprised me as well is the flexibility that Kevin and Joyce work hard to offer. I'm getting to wear a little bit of that with the split shifts and multiple shifts in a day, but I've asked for that so I can learn and work with everybody. But we really work hard to give, especially these young kids, the flexibility to have a job but yet be kids and work somewhere they can be proud of and in a good team environment. So the flexibility is a huge benefit. We've got a program that Kevin and Joyce have started recently in profit sharing. And you've usually got to get to a pretty big corporate sized company for somebody to offer profit sharing. And these folks are doing it for every kid that works enough hours up through our employees that have been there with them for 10 years. That's a huge thing for them to want to help their employees out that way. And I think that'd be a hard match to find by a family-owned business in town. We've got time and a half on certain holidays. We've got referral bonuses and referral programs that are beneficial to current employees as well as the people they bring in. And if you work a few hours a day, they'll feed you.
That's a big bonus.
It's why I came. Yeah.
Well, you're right. You laid it out. There's not a lot of businesses that can do all of that or offer that. Maybe they can, but they don't offer it. So this should be a real incentive for people, the flexibility. And I love the idea that you want the kids to work, but you want them to be kids and have a little bit of summer and a little bit of time off. I know Kevin has been instrumental over the years in trying to make sure people can work, as much as they can, but yet be very flexible. I don't know how they do it. I guess you're going to learn how they do it. But I've watched Kevin work on the board before. Well, let's see, they're not coming in till Tuesday, and I need this, that, and the other. And it's pretty amazing how they've fed it together over the years.
Absolutely, it's been mind blowing at times, but very. I want to know how they do it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't think they sleep either.
I don't know when they do. I don't know when they
Now
do.
that you're on board, they're hoping they get a chance to sleep.
And that is my job. That is my job.
Yes, and that leads me to say, Kevin and I aren't going anywhere. We're
good.
We have strong ties to Broken Bow, and you'll see us in the restaurant, but we certainly are looking forward to Brian's leadership to pass some responsibilities on to him and get some of those off of our plate.
Yeah, and you've got other things you're involved in.
Yes, it's not like we're going to sit at home.
No doubt about it. All right, did you cover everything you wanted to cover, Brian, there?
I would just mention, we've got multiple positions open, but kind of a key position I feel right now is we've got a full-time shift manager position that's available. You'd have to be 18 to apply for this job. We'd obviously like some experience, but are again open to the right candidates for any position that we have. The shift manager job is something that they're going to start right where I did. Them first few days or even few weeks, I would say, I had 16-year-olds working circles around me, and that's not been something that's happened to me even when I was 15.
Yeah.
And we're looking for a real quality candidate that has got passion for leading a team. And just encourage anybody that's maybe looking for a change, or maybe you're new to the workforce in a full-time capacity, stop in and visit with us, fill out an application. I've heard it mentioned on the radio. I think we've got a job fair coming up. Gosh, there's work out there to be had, and I think that Runs is a real good fit for somebody who wants to work hard and keep a smile on their face, have fun doing it.
All right.
So
okay. They talk to you anything about? Has Joyce mentioned to you anything about cats? Because she has a cat problem. You know that.
No.
Okay.
No,
He doesn't know about that.
Whoops.
Well, he does now.
Yeah, he does now.
Does Kevin ever talk to you about golf?
We've talked about golf a little bit.
Because he has a golf problem. So that's the two problems I know that they have.
I think Brian has the same problem.
Oh.
Yeah. Brian has a golf problem too.
When I seen Kevin at the golf course last night, it didn't seem to be a problem for either one of us.
It's just a problem for the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. I don't know how much fishing you're getting in, Kevin. Are you getting any fishing in?
No fishing yet.
Okay, maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Maybe
I'm
soon.
working on it.
All right, cool. Anything else, Joyce? You have some notes there you want to cover?
I don't know, Kevin, anything from you?
I think that's it, Dave.
I just had. Can I tell something funny on you, Brian?
Absolutely.
Talking about the onion rings. He told me this was a couple weeks ago. He said, I worried all night because I was the one to make onion rings the next morning, and he said I'm just not fast enough yet, and I worried. So he said I went in really early at 6:30, and I made all the onion rings, and I got the mess all cleaned up, and then I looked at the posted schedule, and I wasn't even scheduled to do onion rings.
I bet the person who was scheduled was really happy you
They
came
were,
in
yeah.
and did it, though.
Pleasantly surprised when I got to work. Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Managers tend to lose a little sleep over certain things.
Yeah.
Did just want to quickly mention, remember, we're featuring this summer our French onion burger, and that's, of course, our fresh, never frozen ground beef burger. Swiss cheese, caramelized onions, our famous French onion dip on there that's also used for dipping onion rings or fries, and then Lowry's seasoning. Been selling a lot of those, but if you haven't tried one, you need to. Those are really a good burger.
Salad's moving quite along.
Oh,
I bet.
yeah. We're going through a lot of lettuce and spinach right now.
Okay, on the chocolate ice cream cones?
Chocolate's holding in strong.
Okay.
That's his favorite, just so you know, Brian. Dave comes through for chocolate cones.
Pretty much, I don't know how many people are this way. We've talked about it before with you and other food people, business people. Some of us don't ever change, so when you come through, you already know what we're going to have.
Get the same thing every time.
Yep. I am the same way. I'm a creature of habit.
Double cheeseburger, hold the mustard, we're good to go.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Here's Billy Gibbons.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
Keep the clutter away by switching from paper statements to e-statements. Bruning Bank wants to help you reduce unnecessary waste and earn $15 when you switch your account to e-statements. Our user-friendly website offers a safe and secure way to view your statement anytime, anywhere, and even faster than ever. Earn cash with a simple switch. This promotion is open to current and new Bruning Bank customers. Learn more at bruningbank.com or visit your nearest Bruning Bank location. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
8:57 is your time. Thanks to Brian Palmer for coming in, the new manager at Runs in Broken Bow. Kevin and Joyce excited about bringing him to town. I think they've got a good one there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk a little bit about AeroSeed. They are also looking for some quality employees or employee, truck driver, warehouse person, and they would like to get your application in as soon as possible.
Yeah, they have an immediate opening for a full-time truck driver warehouse position for a dependable person with good work ethic and can work well as a team player at AeroSeed. Some of the duties will be split between driving truck to deliver products to AeroSeed dealers within a 250-mile radius of Broken Bow, and some general warehouse work depending on the season. So because of that, you do need a valid CDL with clean driving record. Mechanical skill would be helpful. You must be able to lift 50 pounds repeatedly, able to operate a forklift. Training will be provided on that if necessary. And you must pass a pre-employment drug test. Competitive wage is what they offer with great benefits package, including health, dental, life, and disability insurance, a 401k, and profit sharing. And you get to work with friendly, enjoyable coworkers. So stop in and fill out an application today if you're interested. AeroSeed, 126 North 10th Avenue in Broken Bow, or you can email your resume to info@aeroseed.com.
We mentioned last week that Brad Adkins has switched cowboy boots on us and claims that the other boots are no longer available. That he hasn't sent us any money either from the situation that we're ongoing with Brad. If you'd like to talk to him about it and find out his side of the story, go to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. He'll be going through there. He doesn't actually drink a lot of coffee, but I think he likes the bagels and different sweets and so forth. So if you happen to see him, ask him why he switched cowboy boots and where the ones are that we bought for somewhere near $800. You can do that at Brubaker's. While you're there, do a little shopping, maybe have something to drink.
Yeah. You think he brags about it to the people he visits with at Brubaker, saying, yeah, those guys came to a benefit auction and bought the boots off my feet for $800, never got them. You think he laughs about that?
Certainly.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yes, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. Just a wonderful little destination you'll find in Arnold, Nebraska. And they got a big weekend coming up. In fact, Arnold has another big weekend coming up. They encourage you to come to Arnold and do some treasure hunting this weekend. The old-fashioned sidewalk sale going to be in Arnold, one sidewalk at a time. So Friday and Saturday, start your bargain hunting at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, and then take off to Mills Hardware, Fort County Boutique, and Sugar Sand Boutique for some fun sidewalk sales coming up on Friday and Saturday. You'll find savings up to 75% off starting at Brubaker's. This Friday and Saturday, be in Arnold for old-fashioned sidewalk sales. Brubaker's welcomes you to Arnold this weekend. Their regular hours are open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5. They'll be open on Saturday from 9 to 3. So check out everything happening in Arnold and start your day and maybe even end your day, too, at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts.
News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief.
I copy. We're getting out of here.
A massive wildfire spawns a fire-nado in Northern California. CBS's David Begnaud.
Fires in Oregon knocked out 3 major power transmission lines, which provide energy here to California, about 10% of the state's energy, roughly 5,500 megawatts. It takes 5,500 megawatts to power every home here in Los Angeles County for 2 hours.
4 people under arrest in Denver after a cache of weapons and drugs was found in hotel rooms near Coors Field, site of tomorrow's MLB All-Star Game. CBS's Catherine Herridge.
Denver's mayor said he's spoken to Major League Baseball and the Colorado Rockies, and Tuesday's game is going ahead. He wants everyone to understand and to be reassured that the event and the area are safe.
Another big step toward U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. America's top commander in the country, General Scott Miller, relinquished his command at a ceremony in Kabul today. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
In last night's NBA action, it was Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Bucks got in the win column, beating the Suns 120-100. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 41 points, 13 rebounds. Phoenix still leads the series 2-1, with the home team having won every game so far. Game 4 is in Milwaukee on Wednesday. Tennis news, Novak Djokovic captured his 6th Wimbledon title and 20th Grand Slam championship by defeating Italy's Matteo Berrettini. His 20 Grand Slams equals the major titles of Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Lucas Glover won the John Deere Classic, ending his 10-year drought on the PGA Tour. While in soccer, Italy won Euro 2020, edging out England in penalty kicks. Portugal star Cristiano Ronaldo won the Golden Boot with 5 goals and 1 assist in the tournament. And in Major League Baseball, we are officially in the All-Star break.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mainly sunny today, high of 86. Tonight's mainly clear, low near 58. High of 91 on Tuesday, lots of sunshine. Tuesday night becoming cloudy, chance of showers and storms, low 65. High of 90 on Wednesday, sunny to partly cloudy, chance of showers and storms. Slight chance of showers and storms Wednesday night, low near 60. High of 85 on Thursday, lots of sun. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. As we transition from prep season to watering season, Custer Electric and Irrigation wants to remind you of important offerings that set them apart. They are once again offering free FieldNet and NFTrax demos for this growing season. Demos are limited, so call today to reserve your pivot control or set of NFTrax. Want to skip the demo and buy? Custer Electric and Irrigation recently installed 4 radio bridges that allow the service area for telemetry and FieldNet to expand where you may not previously been able to get it. These bridges also mean cheaper annual subscriptions, so talk to Lance to see what he can do for you. In need of tires but don't want to upgrade to NFTrax? Custer Electric has 11.2 by 38 tires on hand and ready for your pivots. Finally, is your pivot leaking more water than irrigating? This is your reminder to not settle for second best on sprinklers. Update your sprinkler packages today for install before service season. For all this and more, call Lance at 880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
9:04, 66 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are beginning to pick up just a little bit out of the southwest. Barometric pressure slowly rising at 3012, humidity at 82%. Our high yesterday was 79. Looks like we'll top that today. 3 inches and 52 hundredths precipitation for the month. We received an inch 57 of that on Friday night. We now have a very famous person with us at this time. If you want to know what this very famous person looks like, look at the big billboard sign coming out of town, well, on the west side of town. I guess you can see it from either direction, but do you know who that is?
Yeah, I do. Would you be talking about Mo?
Yeah.
With Ideal Realty?
Mo Hunsberger, yeah. Yeah. And Tristan's up there, too.
Yes, yeah. Kirsten's up there.
Or Kirsten,
both of them are up there. Yep.
Always want to call her Tristan. I don't know why.
I'm embarrassed to say I wasn't even aware of the billboard. And then, but you got to remember, I just don't go, I come from the other direction.
That's
so I
right.
come into the station, then I turn around and go home.
Yes.
But ever since Dave mentioned it, I see it all the time. And I want you to know I'm serious about this. I wave at both of you when I drive by.
Well,
I do.
Thank you. Yeah, I had my great nephew
was coming through town with his dad, and I saw him 4th of July, and he says, "You have a big billboard in Broken
That is
Bow."
big.
We were going to Valentine, and I looked up and I said, "Hey, Dad, there's Aunt Mo."
There's Aunt Mo on the billboard. And the phone numbers and website and everything's up there,
Website's
so
up there.
just notice that.
And our cell
Another
numbers.
Good way to reach out to people, and we're glad you're here reaching out today on the radio. We appreciate that. Well, I see a few of your signs around on some houses. I don't know whether anything's slowing down or not, or you're just acquiring more houses to sell, but you can tell us.
Sure. So acquiring, they're just turning over.
Just fast, huh?
Just fast. You know, when I'm in here, Brent and I've talked about, you know, where are you at compared to past years? And so we're halfway through the year. It's doubled. We're probably over double.
Over double.
From last year.
And we're halfway through, all right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll probably, I'm very curious in December to see, you know, where we land compared to the previous year. But yeah, I looked, sales are over doubled. We've almost caught how many sales we had last year.
Wow.
We're close. We're very close.
July.
In July.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just turning over. I bring in, we have our little spreadsheet with our updated lists. There's a little bit less yellow on here because we've actually closed on them, but the yellow means it's sale pending. So need more houses, got some commercial properties. If anybody's interested in commercial property, I've got a few, and they're all different. So, and right now we're working on 4 new listings that just aren't quite ready to go live yet.
Okay.
Oh, actually 5. I picked one up yesterday or Friday.
Okay. End of last week, you got another one.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, we'll have, so be looking at the website. One is an acreage. The other one is just under an acre. One's a nice ranch style. One is a 2-story. And the last one is, it's probably, if somebody wants to downsize, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So all over the board.
Okay. All different sizes and shapes.
Mm-hmm. All different prices.
Acreage is always kind of gets the ears perked a little too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And 2 of them, like I said, one is on a couple acres, I think, 2-3 acres, and on the edge of town, and the other one is just under an acre, kind of in town. So, well, that one I even have a sign says coming soon. That is
you do? Okay.
Alice Perney's house.
Oh.
Okay.
Boy, that would be,
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be, we're guessing about 3 weeks out. I'm working with the girls and getting it ready to show.
All right. All right. Now, for those folks out there, I don't want to take you off track here, but for those folks out there thinking, you know, we might want to do this whole process before wintertime. Maybe we want to go to a smaller home or go to a retirement situation. I would think maybe now would be the time to do that. I wouldn't think you would want to wait too much longer.
Not too much longer, because by the time, you know, if you're thinking of selling, you know, we come over, we go through comparables and do the paperwork. But, you know, it takes a while to get through the comparables, come up with a price, come up with what's staying, maybe some things. Like I said, I have 4 on hold. We're coming up with a list of things we want to do in order to make it show ready. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time. And then we do all the listing paperwork, and I get it ready to go on the market. So when you're ready, you know, boom, we hit it. So, and if you're looking to downsize and want to retire, I have a condo.
You do?
At Cali Court. I do.
Okay. There you go.
And I just got done doing that for someone, sold her house, and she's at Cali Court. So I have another one for sale. So if you're thinking of downsizing, and Cali Court is wonderful, everything's done for you. You know, you have your HOA fees, but you don't have to mow and you don't have to scoop.
Have to paint.
Don't have to paint. You know, garage. You've got your garage that goes right into the condo, so you don't have to park your car outside. Beautiful setup. It's one of the end ones, so it's a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful outside area on it. So if you want to do a little bit of gardening, there's area for it.
Sounds perfect.
Yep.
All right.
I'm kind of just a curious question. With the houses and things that you've been selling and dealing with, has it been a lot of folks coming in from out of town relocating to Broken Bow, or has it been kind of people within the area just moving and upsizing or downsizing, or?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of my size. So I have my sale list.
Oh, okay.
So let's see who's
I
been
don't
buying.
mean to put you. I don't mean to put you on the spot. It's
a
just
little bit
I was
of
just
both.
kind of curious. I figured it was a mixed bag.
It is a little bit of both, but some people changing in town, and then others coming in, like a teacher. BD. Yeah, BD.
Yeah, right.
And in this last year, some young folks moving back to Broken Bow.
Oh, that's nice.
It's always good to hear.
Yeah.
That we've sold to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been great because Kirsten, of course, that's her age group.
Yeah.
So she's worked with some of these younger folks, young adults.
There you go.
that are buying houses. I mean, it's hard for me.
Yeah, I know
to
what you
look
mean.
at them and go, "Yeah, you're buying a house."
I know.
I remember you, at the grammar school choir concert. But
I called your ball game when you were,
Right?
I called out your name in basketball.
Right.
Now you're buying
Yeah.
a house and
Buying
you have
a
a
house.
family, and wow, it's great.
It is great.
Well, it's so good when you have people like Kirsten and others who locate here or come back. Because if you think about when you and your husband came here, okay? I know it seems like in some ways a long time ago. In other ways, it's a snap of the finger. But when you have people that age, that's when they really start going to town with their careers and with their work, and they start businesses like yours, and you see those sorts of things happen. All the communities, no matter what their size, when they get a young couple come in, there could be a new plumber in town.
Right.
It's just what we need.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When Mike and I came to town, we were mid-20s.
Don't say it like that.
That was a long time ago, Dave.
It's all right, Mo.
That's a long time ago. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I do kind of like, because Mike and I, even though we didn't graduate from Broken Bow, we do feel like this is home. We've lived here the longest. Our businesses are here, so we really do feel like this is home.
Kids grew up here.
Yeah, and it's great when people think this is my hometown.
Yeah.
Like, well, when did you graduate? Oh, 85, but not from here. But
You're
but this
Ravenna
is
girl.
home. This is home.
Yeah, you're Ravenna girl, which is a great community too.
Not very far.
Yeah, not very far away. They just had their summer celebration here a while back.
They did. I went and ran there.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, it was awesome because I got a medal.
Good.
I'm just going to say it because it's hilarious. It's basically a participation medal because there was only 3 of us in my age group.
Oh, you got third. That's what you tell people. You just say, I was in the top 3.
I did. And of course, I knew one of them that was running.
Yeah.
Because she's a hometown girl. Actually, she runs the event. And she does marathons, and she graduated with Mike. So I get there, and she goes, "Good news, we're getting a medal." And I looked at her, and I said, "So I'll get third." And she goes, "No, you don't know that." And I said, "I've seen you run, so I know I'm not going to beat you." And then I saw the other person. I didn't know her. I don't think she was from Ravenna. Her calves were as big as my
warming
thighs.
up
There was
was a
no
wa-
way I was going to beat her. So the fact that I finished was
That's good.
that was okay. That's why I deserved a medal. I actually finished.
Well, it's always good to go back to your home stomping grounds, and you kind of have 2 homes. Really.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yep.
It was crazy. There were so many Broken Bow people there.
Well, that's
running.
good.
Some of the cross-country kids were there, and Helen Forrester and Kreitmans and Jake Grooms. I'm so mad I didn't think to get a picture.
Did you run on the golf course?
No, we run by the high school. There's a park right there by the football field, and you lap it twice. You go twice.
Because I know cross country, that is the dreaded course for runners.
I would not sign up. If it was at their golf course, no way.
Yeah, it's got some hills.
Yeah, a few. Yeah.
All right. Well,
okay, back
we've
to
got
housing.
off track a little bit.
Yeah,
but
how did that happen?
I'd like to hear you say, our mid-20s.
Oh, that's so long ago, Dave.
Not so long, really.
Well, yeah.
A lot of good things have happened in the last whatever years.
Yes, a lot of good things. Yep.
And I don't know that you ever thought, getting into this trade, that you'd see times like these, but when you have these interest rates where they're at and the demand for housing, it's got to be kind of exciting. I suppose it's something maybe you kind of dream of when you're in this business, in a way.
Well, yeah, I got my license in 2008. So that was, banner time to get into real estate.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah, that was a great year.
Yeah. So, hey, let's just compare here since I have my updated list. The first year I got into business, we sold 14 houses that year.
14 that
in
year.
the entire year.
12 months.
We sold that by the end of February.
Wow.
This year.
Yeah.
Well, just the state of the economy and everything from 2008 to now, very different.
Yeah. Well, it was a great time to learn because you sure weren't overwhelmed. So there's there's pluses to how that happened. And luckily we weren't depending on my family was not depending on me to feed them with that money. We'd have starved.
But also, well, you're so much more in your brand. You're established now. You could just be starting now and you probably sell some houses, but not like you are right now.
Right. Yeah. Being established, I think what am I in, year 6, going on 7? Yeah. So and I've worked really hard on the marketing. Like I say, the billboard. I told you that was when I started. That was the goal. I wanted to be on a billboard and get that marketing out there, and between radio and a little bit of newspaper, but the internet. That's where it's at. Social media and websites.
Well, especially in your business where they can look at the house before they get there, or maybe not even ever get there, and look at it through that visual.
Yep, I've sold them just through the visual tour, and I was working as a buyer's agent. Mitch Coleman has a house listed, Hometown Boy, and I was working with 2 different people, and the one is from Missouri, and he'd have never even known about it if it wasn't for Zillow, which I don't want to say great things about Zillow. I told him, go to Realtor.com, get off Zillow.
Be direct about it, Mo.
Oh, don't like Zillow. Zillow is every realtor's nightmare. Because the Zestimates and things, that's nationwide. How can you, it's frustrating for realtors to try to explain Zillow. And they put foreclosures on it that aren't foreclosures.
Well, that sounds fun.
They get all their data from courthouses, and some of the data is old. I'm not saying the courthouses are wrong. I'm saying what they pulled were years ago. So if you're out there listening and you're looking at Zillow, just hop on over to Realtor.com if you want the real information, because the realtors are it's only realtors putting it on there. They're not getting information from other sources that may not be correct.
Good tip. Good tip. But the internet in this internet's better for some trades than others, but this one is a really nice fit because of the visual abilities that it provides, and then your interaction between you and the clients and sellers and all of that, I would think would be improved.
My website can let you tell me if you want to sell. You can go onto my website and give me information about your house and zip it to me, and then I'll call you and we can discuss it. If you're looking for a house, you can say what you're looking for on my website. It's very interactive. So, if you're looking at 11 o'clock at night or midnight and you're like, you can zip information to me, so then I'll get it the next morning.
Okay.
So it's on your timeline, because not everybody, we have BD here.
Yep.
Not everybody's on the same timeline.
Yeah, we forget that sometimes, that's a pretty large working force that isn't on our schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to learn about that. I'm like, no, you're on what now? I'm on green, but I'm like, I don't know what that means again. I don't know.
So are there some other properties you wanted to talk about this morning that we kind of been bouncing around here a little bit?
Have.
That's okay.
Totally bouncing around.
That's fine with us, but...
So, like I said, maybe commercial properties is what I should really be talking about. We've got like 4, I think. So if you're looking for investment property for residential, got a duplex for sale, right there south of UPS.
Okay.
That is still for sale. Also, commercial building that was a plumbing business, but it does have 2 apartments upstairs. So again, if you want, you could renovate the downstairs into more apartments because there's apartments upstairs. And well, you know who I'm talking about. It's Wes's Province. Yeah, Wes and I have had discussions. If we were younger, we would take on this project. Well, both of us said we're not going to do that.
Did you say I would if I was back in my 20s?
Well, that's true, Dave.
I know. I hear you.
I probably would if I was in my 20s.
It does have a lot of potential, though.
Very much so. Great location. Yeah. Just need somebody to pull the trigger on that. And Wes did reduce that to $125,000.
Okay.
Right on Highway 2, the old Woodward agency.
Saw that. Yep.
So that is for sale. Commercial building can be renovated, though, into residential.
I wondered about that. So it could be.
Well, I'm saying that, and Dan Knoll's going to back me up on that. I'm sure he is.
Oh, sure he will.
Dan's listening.
It's a house.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was at one time.
Yeah.
So.
Still got a porch on it. Come on.
Huh?
You're like, thanks for saying that, Mo, on the radio. Appreciate it. So, and then more Highway 2 frontage. So out by the billboard. I almost should have an arrow pointing down, shouldn't I?
You should,
on
right
my
there.
Billboard. Yes, beautiful commercial building. All the exterior's totally been redone. It's out there by Fair Auto. They've actually listed it at $240 right now. And then Chris Myers put up a new build over there by the Garden Center, where New Weathercraft is.
Okay,
we
back
did
in there.
we listed that for him. Brand new. Lots of concrete outside. Very nice fence for the courtyard outside. Building. Sorry, I should have my sheet. I don't have my sheet in front of me.
It's all right.
I can't remember how big the building is. Go to my website under commercial. You'll see it. Huge overhead doors. And it's got an office, beautiful office space on the one side of it with an apartment upstairs.
Oh, gosh.
It's got
everything. If you wanted to, you could have your business and live right there or rent it out.
That was the idea. Yep.
Okay.
Whichever you want to do. So lots of commercial property. Like I said, houses to come. Probably I have 2 in town that aren't sold.
2 in town that are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rest of them are sale pending. Listed one in Ansley and it went in a week. It's crazy.
Fantastic.
And one in Sargent. Oh, and then in Mason City, this unique property. I can't say it's residential. I can't really say it's commercial. It's renovated church.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. On Main?
Lisa's.
So,
It's, isn't that Main Street? Yeah,
I think
it's right
so.
there. Yeah. Yeah, Mason City. That'd be Main. Yep. So it's very unique property. I told her it's so unique, it's really hard to market that one because every website has a niche and it just doesn't land in really any of those niches.
you could go any direction with it, though.
Right. You go any direction.
Yeah.
It's got a huge, she was very smart when she did the bathroom. She did a huge bathroom. So, just has the stool and the sink in it, but it's big enough you could make it a full bath.
Okay.
If you want to renovate it for living space.
Thanks, Mo.
Welcome. Thank you.
I would, at this time, like to wish, we already did this, but we're going to wish Karen Evans a happy birthday again. Because
happy birthday, Karen.
Because I think she's going to remember back when she was in her 20s.
Oh, Karen, do you remember when you were in your mid-20s?
She was probably listening to something like this. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Karen.
Of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
9:29 is your time. Last we looked, it was 66. I'm guessing, because I can't see, probably about 70. Somewhere in there. Oh, let's see here. Oh, yes. Coming up this weekend is the Grazers Pasture Crawl. Now, this isn't people out crawling around on their hands and knees.
Oh, it's not?
No, this is people crawling up hills and down valleys in Jeeps.
Ah, there you go.
Talked with Annie the other day. They have at least 100 Jeeps coming to town.
Wow.
Next weekend. And they're going to have an obstacle course and tailgating at 10 a.m. at Grazers, live music at Old Mill Park on Saturday from Borderline, the Bestie Boys, River Boys in the evening, and they're going to have all kinds of things going on with that pasture crawl Friday and Saturday. We're going to go over on Friday live from Arnold on the Breakfast Show and see if we can visit with some of the people that are coming into town to participate there at that 10 a.m. start. And so that's going to give us a chance to meet some of the Jeepsters. Should be a lot of fun. Annie is going to be coming in, I think, tomorrow to tell us about it as well.
Oh, good.
And if she can't make it in, we'll give her a call on the phone, but she would rather come in. And so we'll plan on that tomorrow. Also, a general announcement here, the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow will be closed July 16th for maintenance and repairs. They'll open up again on July 19th. And this weekend and beyond, Monday the 19th, good luck to area competitors at the National High School Finals. So that's coming up later on this month. Thomas County Fair in Thedford coming up, and the Car and Bike Show on the Square in Broken Bow on July 24th. Just some things that Jeremy just brought in that are on tap. Mason City's Homecoming coming up the 23rd through the 25th. 28th through the 31st. Nebraska's Big Rodeo. Is that their 100th this year?
I think it is.
That's
I think
huge.
you're right, in Burwell.
That's
Yeah.
going to be big.
Mm-hmm.
Custer County Fair, believe it or not, July 30th through August 5th. We'll be there in a lot of different ways, including live video streaming of the animal show, and we'll be talking with the kids on the radio. We'll be taking part in some of the music that is going to be played there. That's just a vast overview of what we're going to be doing. I think I'm going to try to cover the dog show again this year. We're just trying to figure out what to do when they ask the dog to sit and not do anything for 5 minutes. What do you?
How do you kill that time?
We may not do anything about it. We'll see.
Kind of even hard to describe it, you know.
It's pretty cool.
when it's it is amazing how those dogs will sit there, because 9 times out of 10 you'll get the blow of a train whistle while they're trying to sit there, and they're trained well.
Yeah, they do a good job. I mentioned this before, but I had not been to the dog show before until a few years ago, and I thought, I'm going to go out and get some interviews, but how am I going to do that? All these dogs are going to be yapping and barking, and they'll be, swirling around, maybe even fighting. I don't know. And no, their dogs are well trained.
Yeah. Yeah. What you really need to do is you need to show up on the very first night of dog training.
Okay.
Go to the first night and then go to the dog show at the end. It's really pretty amazing, because you get some of what you were talking about on the first night, and then to see the kids work with those dogs at the dog show and see how far they've come, it's really pretty amazing in a lot of situations.
Nice. Yeah. That's well, they're dedicated to it.
They are.
A bunch of people. They're a big family of dog lovers, basically, who like them well behaved.
Yep.
We could all learn from that, right?
Yes.
This story just in: library book returned after 300 years.
Oh my! Well, can't wait to have you tell me what the overdue fee was on it.
Well, fortunately, they didn't charge them for it. Probably ruining the punchline here, but you've heard about...
I would say the cost of the book would just be, it'd be cheaper to pay for the cost of the book than the overdue fee.
Well, maybe. I don't know. A 300-year-old book may be worth quite a bit.
That's a good point,
hard
too.
to say.
Yeah.
You've heard about the overdue books being returned after 30 to 40 years, right? Well, the British Cathedral got a book back recently that was checked out more than 300 years ago. The book was found in some estate belongings with a note dated 1709 to return it to the library at the Sheffield Cathedral.
Wow.
The library was actually dismantled in the 1800s, so they really couldn't take it back. But Reverend Cannon says he's delighted to have the book back and promised the family there would be no fine.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, really, when you think about the turn of time there and events, it sure is.
The fact that that book just survived.
Yes, 300 years.
That long.
I don't suppose they had a book cover on it.
I don't know.
Do you have book covers when you were a kid?
Well, yeah.
School?
I remember we were required to put a book cover on.
Yeah.
We'd... I think some of mine we just cut up an old brown paper sack.
Yeah, you could do that.
And made a book cover out of some of them. And then others, I think I remember you could go and buy them. But rarely, I mean, they were just, the book covers we did were just paper.
Yeah.
And rarely did, I think, a book cover make it all the way through the year. It was ripped and torn, and sometimes you were putting another one on.
No, sometimes I think kids liked them because they could draw on them.
Yes, did plenty of that.
Damage the book. Doodle on the front of the book.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got off on that. Oh, I guess because of 300 old.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We've had some good guests today. Got to meet Brian Palmer, who is new manager at Runza. That does not mean that Joyce and Kevin are going anywhere. We want to repeat that. Thanks to Mo for coming in from Ideal Realty. And Scott at the Dawson County Ag Society, highlighting the activities beginning, actually already underway, but for most part on Wednesday of this week. They'll get going all the way through the weekend. Rodeo, carnival, craft show, the salsa contest.
Mm-hmm.
Check out their website. Now, let's talk a little bit about Trotters. Actually, Taco John's next to Trotters.
Yeah, they've got a position open. They're looking for an excellent person to join them on their staff. If you're looking for a great career opportunity with a clean, friendly, family-oriented company that will provide a highly competitive salary and some great benefits, well, you look no further than Taco John's in Broken Bow. They're looking for a manager right now. Benefits would include paid medical, life, and vision insurance, paid time off, flex plan, and a 401k. Apply today by calling 308-789-6200. You can ask for Jim or Tarina at that number, or just stop by Taco John's in Broken Bow, pick up an application. Again, the number to call if you want to talk to Jim or Tarina about the opening, 789-6200 is the number to call. Again, looking for a manager at Taco John's in Broken Bow.
Oh, by the way, it's Etch-a-Sketch Day.
Etch-a-Sketch. I love the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yep. I did not know this. This is new.
Okay.
Because I thought the joystick was something more of today than days past. But the Etch-a-Sketch was...
Etch-a-Sketch?
I can hardly say that.
That's okay.
I'll
I
try.
got you.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it again.
All right, the Etch-a-Sketch.
Thank you. Debuted in toys exactly 61 years ago today.
Wow.
Now, it was invented by accident when a French electrician noticed how aluminum powder reacts to static. So he put some between two pieces of glass and the toy was born. The original version used a joystick. Yeah. I thought that was something later on. But they replaced it with two knobs just to frustrate you more.
How many people out there who have done the Etch-a-Sketch, how many can do a straight, I'm saying straight, diagonal line on an Etch-a-Sketch?
Straight diagonal?
Yes. That would get me so frustrated. Have you seen some of the things that people have done on Etch-a-Sketches?
Yeah.
I have no idea how they
It's amazing.
create some of those things.
I don't either. I can't even say it. This morning, anyway.
Yeah.
I'll try it another time.
I'd spend hours on the Etch-a-Sketch growing up, though. Love those things.
My cousin, Jim Miller, had one.
Yeah.
Before, well, I don't know if we ever had one, but Jim did. So when we went to Milford to visit Jim, I'd always try to seek that out because it was fun making designs on the Etch-a-Sketch. I didn't quite get it.
Etch-a-Sketch. You got you're 3/4 of the way there, Dave. That was a good try.
I gave it a shot. Etch-a-Sketch.
Yes, that's it. You got it. The
Thank
Etch-a-Sketch.
you, Lord. Thank you. Those two words together just don't work for me today.
It's all right.
It's all right. I don't care. I got it out.
Yeah.
I'm good. Tell us about some jobs, would you?
Well,
Get some
sure.
more jobs. We got jobs, and more jobs.
You know it. Let's go to Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership, a couple of opportunities that we want to remind you about through that organization. They are currently looking for someone to fill the position of Early Childhood Center Assistant in Broken Bow. This is a full-time position, and it's hourly wage, $11.36 per hour is the starting wage. You would be helping in the center, cooking and cleaning for children up to age 3, and assist the teacher with daily activities and plan activities as well. Also, they have an opening for a full-time position for a WIC RN or RD coordinator in Loop City. Now, the wage for this is annual. $42,120 to $43,680 per year is the wage starting out, depending on your qualifications. With this position, you would be complying with state and federal WIC and immunization program guidelines and coordinating clinic sites while providing immunization screening assistance. Some great benefits included with each of these positions. So to find out more, you can contact CNCAP at 745-0780, or you can apply online at their website, which is centralnebraskacap.com. And to take a look at all of the general duties and qualifications associated with these positions, you can check out the full listing on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page.
Festival goers in Michigan kept a carnival ride from falling over with people on board.
Yee.
Yes. Heroes rushed over and grabbed onto the base of a loose, out-of-control swinging pendulum ride. Arnold Amusements, the company that runs the carnival ride, says on its website that the magic carpet takes people 50 feet into the air. The platform appeared to have come loose from the post that anchored it to the ground. The crowd held it down until the ride slowly came to a stop and the passengers could safely get off.
Wow.
Woo! Good thing for folks who are willing to help.
I would think so. That had to be scary in a lot of ways. Number one, if you were on the ride at the time this was happening, and then had to be a little scary, I would think, if you were one of the people trying to hang on to it.
Yeah, and a note here at the bottom. One of the people riding was working on a Etch-a-Sketch while they were
really?
in the ride.
All right. That was well said. See, when you don't think about it, it's easier to say. You just kind of ad-libbed that, threw it in, and boom, just rolled off the tongue.
By the way, that's not true.
Yeah.
There was not a person. I'm not even going to try it again. Etch-a-Sketch.
It's not as easy to be a radio announcer as some of you might think.
Well, good thing is old DJs have short memories, so it won't bother me. In fact, I'm over it now. What else do you have for us?
Let's see. Well, we got a few things. Now, let's go back to another job here. Prairie Eye Care Center, first off, is excited to announce that this month, Dr. Jincy Ross. You can't say Etch-a-Sketch. I can't pronounce somebody's name. Dr. Jincy Ross will be joining their team this month. They welcome her to the office and are looking to hire some new team members as well. They're looking for people to fill a full-time front desk receptionist. It is very important to them that their front desk personnel be welcoming and friendly able to multitask and respond to patients' needs in an efficient and calm manner. Some of the duties would include, but are not limited to, greeting patients, answering the phone, scheduling appointments, maintaining patient charts, some light cleaning, and other general office duties. So if you're interested, drop off your current resume to Prairie Eye Care Center, downtown Broken Bow. The exact address is 408 South 8th Avenue in Broken Bow. That's Prairie Eye Care Center. Also, another job here, Custer Federal State Bank in Broken Bow has an opening right now for a full-time customer service specialist. Candidate should be an outgoing, positive individual who enjoys interacting with customers and is willing to learn. Some of the duties would include answering the phone, greeting customers as they come in and leave, processing banking transactions. The applicant must be able to maintain complete confidentiality and work in a team atmosphere. Prior cash handling experience would be preferred, but it's not necessary. This is a full-time position. They offer competitive pay and benefits, including insurance, 401k, and paid vacation and sick time. Please visit Broken Bow location for an employment application. That's Custer Federal State Bank. They are an equal opportunity employer. For more information or to submit your application, you can simply email Caitlin Peterson at the bank, and it's Caitlin, spelled Caitlyn, at custerfederal.com. You can also call the bank for more information and talk to Caitlin at 872-6486.
Trotters Tire Pros makes tire buying easier, getting you back on the road and back to what's most important. Between July 1st and July 20th, get $70 via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Trotters Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more at trotterstirepros.com. See store for complete details. Offer expires July 20th, 2021. Void where prohibited.
What a better way to get moving this summer than by putting the spring back in your step with a total knee replacement done right here in your hometown. Melham Medical Center is happy to offer the services of orthopedic surgeon Dr. Greg Sextro. Partnering with you, your primary care physician, and Melham Medical Center, Dr. Sextro sees patients right here in Broken Bow for your convenience, avoiding lengthy travel time and keeping you close to home. For an appointment, please call the Melham Specialty Clinic at 872-4157. Melham Medical Center, partnering with you to inspire healthy living through quality care.
GK Wine and Spirits has great deals in their aisles and coolers ready for you. Pick up Michelob Family of Beer Bottle 6-packs for $7.98, and Boulevard Brewing 6-packs are $7.48. Liter and a half Gallo Family wines are at a great price of $8.48. Admiral Nelson rum handles are priced at $16.98 right now, and 750s of Evan Williams bourbon are $13.98. GK Wine and Spirits. Shop these deals and many more inside the grocery cart in Broken Bow.
A shout out to Sherry Bryant this morning. She is our treasurer at the Custer County Courthouse, of course, but didn't realize that she's also a near professional baseball player.
Is she now?
Great. She may have been professional at one time. I'm not sure, but she plays a mean game of vintage baseball.
Huh?
Excellent. Speedy on the base paths. Hits the ball straight and hard. Congratulations, Sherry. Good job.
Was it overhand pitch?
Nope.
Underhand?
It was underhand.
Okay.
And I assume that's the time period that they were playing it where they threw underhand.
That was my question. Yeah, I didn't know if the time period they were representing was overhand or underhand.
Underhand with a baseball, but a little bit softer than a regular baseball because you didn't have gloves.
Mm-hmm.
They're called, the pitcher is the hurler.
Okay.
And the batter is the striker.
Ah.
Now, here's what I learned when I tried to bat. If you tick the ball, thus ticker, we used to have tickers when we were kids. We go ticker, which was a foul ball, but they called it a tick back then. Doesn't matter whether you had 1 strike, 2 strikes, or 3 strikes. If you ticked the ball on the first strike and the catcher caught it, you're out.
Oh. But the catcher had to catch it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I also found out that if you hit the ball long enough and it bounces out of because they didn't have, I don't know if they had fences. I don't think they did in most cases. They just played in the field. If it bounced out of the outer play area, you were out.
Oh.
Yep. So I missed the very first part of it. Joan and my mom were They explained the rules for different time periods.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, were the bases still in the diamond shape that we see now, or were they in a different pattern? Somewhat.
Yeah, I think they were.
Pretty much a diamond yet?
Yep. But if you think about the history of the Victoria Springs ballpark, to see people playing on it is really cool because if you've lived around here a while, you may have a relative. And there were some people there that remember people playing on it that we talked to. Just brought back some great memories of ball games. You know, people come to Victoria Springs and have a picnic on a Sunday, and then they gather up and go have a ball game. And they even played some, all the area towns had their own ball teams back then, or communities, I should say. Victoria Springs would have a baseball team. They would have an East Table, Rhino, whatever, Burr Oak. They'd all have their own teams. And they all had their little fields here and there and would travel. And I imagine there was a lot of games played on Victoria Springs Park back in the day.
I'm sure.
Pretty neat. Well done again to the Game and Parks. I think that park is a real gem here in Nebraska. And in talking with some of the folks there, there's people that come from a long ways away, all the way across the country to camp a weekend in Victoria Springs Park. It's just a hidden little gem, and it brings a lot of people in.
Yep. A lot of people have created a lot of memories at Victoria Springs over the years.
They've remodeled the cabins. They're beautiful, outstanding little cabins there that they put decks on. Everything was just really, really nice. Put the bridge back across the creek again. They told us they were going to do that or had done it. So congratulations. You sometimes wonder where your tax dollars go, and it's nice to see them go to things that people can enjoy. Families and friends can gather and do wholesome, fun things. And I know there's still some fishing going on there. The kids are pulling out some bluegills. They got that algae thing going on, and I know they want to fix that if they can. I happened to catch one of the officials, and they said, yeah, we really'd like to do something about that, but that's down the road a piece. But you can catch fish out of it and throw them back and have some fun. Paddle boats were going. Pretty cool.
Good.
Pretty nice. And Emily covered that. She's here now, and I know she talked with some of the officials, and you'll be hearing some of those interviews on newscast in the very near future. What else do you have for us?
Just a couple of more things. Don't forget about our good friend Velma with Circle V Stitch and Post, ready to go to work for you and help you create a wonderful personalized gift maybe. Perhaps you have a special event that you've been invited to, whether it be a wedding or maybe a baby shower. Velma can help you put together some really neat gifts that are personalized. One of the things that she's doing right now is personalized towels. She has on hand some colorful towels, perfect for wedding gifts or baby showers, have their names or initials embroidered on them. Also, you might be looking for uniforms or team apparel as we continue to go through the summer and get closer to fall. She can help you raise the bar there. Maybe you need a shirt or hat for an upcoming town festival yet this year. Talk to Velma, and she can help you out. The list of ideas are endless. So to get your creation started today, just give Velma a call at 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post located just north of Broken Bow out on Paulson Road. And before we go this morning, I want to remind you of a wonderful care facility right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska that specializes in care for people battling through Alzheimer's and related dementia. That is Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. They offer a wonderful facility to take care of those folks with some great care and great staff on hand. Give them a call at 872-6387 to find out more about their facility, maybe schedule an opportunity to go in and take a look at the facility in person, or talk to them about some of the services that they offer outside the facility as well, if perhaps you're a caregiver for someone battling through Alzheimer's or related dementia. Again, their phone number is 872-6387, Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow.
All right, I think we've covered it. Again, thank you for all the things you folks made happen this past week and weekend. And we're getting ready for another full week and weekend of activities we'll be telling you about. As we mentioned, tomorrow we'll be talking about activities over back in Arnold again. Grazier's Pasture Crawl starts at 10 a.m. on Friday, and we're going to be there just before that to talk with some of the folks about it. Annie will be in tomorrow, if everything works out for her, to talk about it as well. So another big weekend in Arnold on Friday and Saturday. For you folks who like to know what your local government is doing, Custer County Board of Supervisors meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow for their regular meeting. And they'll be talking about that on the air, and Sandhills Express will have information about that as well. And again, one more time, the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow will be closed through July 16th for maintenance and repairs. They'll reopen on July 19th. Here's Brent with a little baseball reminder for you.
Yeah, we'll have Broken Bow American Legion Juniors baseball from the Class B Area 6 tournament in Gothenburg tomorrow. Broken Bow won all of their games through the weekend. They're 3-0 at the tournament, 23-0 on the year, and they will take on the winner of tonight's Holdridge-Gothenburg game on Tuesday for the Area Tournament Championship. First game will go at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, and you can listen to it live on KBBN 95.3 FM.
We'll close with Firefall. Have a great day.
When it all